Says may I pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Recognize Mary Ann from Salem News, WRN, and we'll do our questions and answer the problems or whatever we have. Bruce?
I only really have one issue. The 11th of this month, Dawn has a letter up there. We were called to a residence. We were requested by an ambulance company to get to this residence because the car was out of town. And KLG ambulance was told no. This was at a residence on Pembroke. And if you look under medical, under our very first heading there, states all requests from any ambulance company for assistance.
Okay.
I was curious if anybody had checked into that or had any input on why we would have been told no for a...
When was this?
This would have been the 11th, 9:30 to 9:26 a.m.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Well, Bruce had talked to me about it, and I asked him to bring the letter so we could compare it. And according to what we had approved last year, they should have been called out. So I think it's something we need to take up with the sheriff's office.
What was the call, Bruce?
Chest pains? Was it chest pains?
Come in short of breath, chest pain, and turned into a full arrest.
In which the outcome was not good.
He was dead. Or she was dead. Well,
From what I understand, they called the police out, and the police was in the area. This was at Pembroke, and was there within 1 minute or 2 minutes or whatever it was, and tried to resuscitate, but the person was already gone. But it's still something I think we need to address, because even though the police was there, it says right here in our forms, what we approved, that you guys would be called out. Why they did not call you out, I think we have to go to the sheriff's office and ask that question.
okay, Mr. Rudabaugh, you want to follow that up?
I will follow up.
Thank you.
Matt?
I was just here on because of the letter, just wondering why, if we are allowed to call the fire department to assist us, not just us, but EMT too, you know. Sometimes we need lift assist. Sometimes it's just we need the extra manpower, and we're being told by the sheriff, unfortunately, that Perry Township Fire doesn't first respond, so they can't call them.
Well, do we have the first responders thing into them?
We're waiting on our drug license, which should be here shortly.
Are we set up to do that? I mean, do we have the doctor in tow and all
Yep.
that?
Everything's in line. We're just
Signed
waiting.
his papers and everything with the doctor?
Yes.
Have we sent that request for non-health down to Andy to make sure that it's written right? So recover our liability?
Do not believe. I'm not sure if she has that letter sent down there yet. I have a meeting with her Thursday.
Yeah,
I think it's Thursday.
Okay.
Well, then the question I'm going to ask, they are not first responders as of now, correct?
Well, until that's done, I wouldn't think...
All right, well, the sheriff can't be at fault. He doesn't have a letter that says they're first responders to show up. If it's the guy, I think, he was in full arrest. We had our AEDs on him. And he was non-responsive. Now, I'm gonna check time limit because my officer said it wasn't too long before an ambulance got there and
Right.
continued to CPR because you can't stop it once it started. And he was pronounced dead at the hospital. That's the one that I did call Chief Deputy Howder on because I questioned that even the next morning. And he said, Chief, I don't have the letter saying that they're first responders. I said, okay.
Well, that's probably true. Probably
And that's how their
because we don't have
protocol is based
all the information, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're assuming full arrest. They're not going to transport, so that's probably one of the reasons. But I did check on it the next day because I even questioned the officer on why, but then according to the dispatch and Chief Howder, they don't have a letter saying otherwise.
Well, that's probably a fact.
Well, are we talking about the same thing here?
Yes,
Because according to this letter that we sent down on 3/12/2013, it said any request from an ambulance company for assistance. So wouldn't it fall under that category?
I think that would be a lift assist like it originally started, lift assistance.
Well,
I mean,
Well,
we
the
can't
next-
transport, see what I'm saying, Don? They stood around and stared at him like we did with, you know, the machine on.
well, I understand that, but the next sentence here says any request from a Perry Township resident for lift assistance. It does not say lift assist on that. It just says ambulance company for assistance. So
What we
something we need to get clarified.
clarified, because when I called the next day on the 12th, I did ask that question about that, and he said, we don't have anything that says they're first responders. So I guess they're basing it on that.
Did the ambulance company ask for the request?
Yeah,
They
they
requested the
contacted
fire
them and
department.
asked the fire department to come. From what I understand, isn't that right?
Yes.
That's what that says, any request from any ambulance company for assistance.
That's what it says, yeah.
I'll follow through on it and see what I can find out.
But we got to get that stuff down to Andy to make sure that we're all okay with everything, so that you can get your or your license or get certified for it or whatever we have to do there. Because until that happens, then they're not going to consider you. Consider it. And we'll have to, when that comes through and Andy okays that, then we'll have to make the request to put you on the proper calling out. Okay, anything else? Chief?
I present to you Corey Nelson here. I appreciate the board's approval to put him on as a training officer until he had passed his test, at which time we'll put him as probation.
Okay, he's been riding, I hear, huh?
Twice last week, nothing this.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about you, Corey.
I'm 23. I'm from Austintown. I graduated from Fitch in 2009. I went to Akron University for 2 years and I transferred to Kent, where I graduated in February of 13. I started my police career at Mill Creek Police Department. I was there for about a year. I got on Hubbard Township, where I'm currently at still, and now starting my career at Perry.
Okay. Gentlemen, you have any questions?
No.
Are you full-time at Hubbard, did you say?
No, part-time.
Part-time?
Yes.
Are you still going to work at Hubbard too?
Yeah, this is going to be my main, once I get on, and then Hubbard will be secondary.
Okay.
Okay. This time, I guess we'll put you on part-time until you pass whatever regulations that the Perry Township Police Department has for you. Anything else, Chief?
That's it.
Okay. We went down to the engineer's office today and got our chip and seal program set. And our blacktop program, which we'll have, he has to get prices on, but we will be doing further into the season this year. tire drive to the solid waste district again this year. We will get the tires during the spring cleanup and take them down by the end of June. That means that, so is there a limit on those this year? No limit on tires?
Not for us.
Okay. And our spring cleanup will be as we had it recorded before. We have 2 40-yard containers to do it with. Annual township meeting and auction is at Rogers, will be held on Wednesday, July 23rd, 14. The advertising deadline is June 24th, 14, if we have anything we need to put into it. Do you have anything you want to put in the auction? We'll have to tell Derek if he has anything he wants in the auction.
I think we took it all down last year.
Okay.
I'll check them.
And our salt contract will be due by April the 8th. I'd like a motion for an executive session. No action to be taken.
So moved.
Second.
For what reason?
Personnel.
Okay.
Any other new business?
Had 2 zoning permits so far this year, or so far in March. The demolition of the houses has begun in Perry Township. The one on Beechwood Road is partially cleared, and from there he's going to Goshen Road and then out on the Pigeon.
Okay. It would have been done earlier, but his equipment broke down, so they're delayed a little bit.
And
Electric
want
isn't shut off.
a reminder of everybody, spring's coming, going to be doing fences and any type of remodeling, roofs, windows, doors, anything over $500, you need to get a permit.
The spring cleanup will begin in the township on Monday, April the 7th, on the north side of the township for a week, and move to the south side of the township for 1 week. A list of applicable items will be in the paper and on Channel 9 and on Warner TV. We will not be able to take any electronics at the spring cleanup. We have no place for them to be disposed of. Is there any other old business? Approval of the minutes and financial statements of 3/10/14.
So moved.
Second.
Fiscal officer's announcements.
You're signing checks on APHs for 87, 89, 79, 92, and grassroots in your packet.
Trustee comments, Mr. Rudolph?
I have none.
Mr. Kendrick?
I have none.
I have none. We'll adjourn to executive session. Thank you.
Okay for the...
Is that how you swear in there?